All right, welcome back to the Giant and the Jet podcast. Recently, a podcast that has been seen by a Hall of Fame NFL cornerback.
I forgot
Uh,
about that. Can I actually say something? Because I completely forgot about that.
yeah,
I want to publicly apologize to Darrell Revis because just make sure this is recorded. Yeah, it is. Not only was I a joke that I was just trying to get under your skin, but clearly Darrell Revis is one of the best cornerbacks of all time. And did I think he would comment on the post? No, I didn't. Did I think that when I DM'd him, he would not only DM back, but like still have frustration because it was disrespectful. No, I did not. So was it cool?
it's
A
pretty
little bit.
cool.
A little bit that we're getting, that's probably the biggest thing that happened in the podcast so far, like by far.
Yeah,
Um, Frank the Tank has emailed me back, but like that's pretty much it. So, I mean, Darrell Revis, the all-time Jet, he has seen your face, Bobby. I mean, how's that? That's kind of cool.
he knows me.
He does know you. You're the not the jackass friend, disrespectful friend.
All right, well, anyway, it's episode 61. Th Wednesday night. It feels like a Thursday. It's a Wednesday night though. And we have two more divisions to cover for football. I
Hmm.
was thinking against someone who was a Bears fan, couldn't get in touch with him. It's all right. We'll
Yeah.
talk some baseball, some quick basketball, and then we'll jump into the divisions. I guess to start off, Mike, Yankees have been playing better. I mean, I guess a little bit better lately. You have your shortstop up. What's the update?
My update is, and I listen, I'm on that roller coaster ride as a Yankee fan, and I think the Yankees can win it all. Pat was talking to me Saturday about it. I don't the our three-headed monster with Garrett Cole, Freed, and this guy Cam. It is really dangerous. I mean, half of our lineup is out right now, and we are winning games. I don't even want to count Stanton. But if Bellinger and Judge come back to this lineup, and I mean, I don't want to talk too much about this shortstop who's been looking unbelievable, just defense alone, but also hitting the ball. Like, this is a team. This is a team. We have this guy who's, I forgot his name, but he's a middle relief guy who hasn't like let up a run in like over 30 outings. Our closer's awesome.
Is it
Uh,
Blackburn? Who's the really?
yeah, I don't know. I was reading it about it today. He has a mustache, white guy. Um,
It's like most
but
of the relievers in baseball.
yeah. But I really, really now, do I like this team? I had them on earlier. They're losing. Do I like Booney? Do I like Brian Cashman? No, I hate them all. But am I going to go through life? Let's pretend the Yankees never get sold, even though the Lakers got sold today and it gave me hope. Am I going to go the rest of my life not a Yankees fan? So I declared Saturday to myself because Pat motivated me that I'm going to be a Yankees fan the rest of the year. I'm going to enjoy this team. I'm enjoying this shortstop. I'm enjoying this pitching. I heard Judge is coming back. Bellinger's back any day. And I think that they can get to the World Series. And I think if the Dodgers, who have been horrible as of late,
Yeah.
if the Dodgers can lose maybe in the first round or two, the Braves or some sneaky team like the Padres, I think we can win the World Series. I really, really do. And that's pretty much it. That's all I had to say. I just feel better. I feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders, and I can actually root for the team. I've been
Was it
watching.
was it Volpe getting sent down that flipped it for you? Because
Honestly, maybe it might have. It was something about Volpe and Wells. Like I can handle one, but I couldn't handle both. And
and Dominguez too.
yeah, he's gone too. I don't know. Just something switched for me. Maybe it was my hatred for those players, and just seeing the shortstop, it just brought me so much joy. I mean, every at bat I'm watching, every defensive play. I mean, Bob, he can turn double plays. They couldn't do that before, and I'm not being sir. I'm not trying to make There's no guest here to make laugh. He couldn't turn a double play. So today he turned a double play that just took a little more athleticism than normal, and I was like, oh, we wouldn't have gotten that just 3 weeks ago. So
So
yeah.
no, took him long enough to figure it out. It's fun having a prospect too. that like they come up and they do well right away. It's always fun. I feel like gives you a little jolt as a fan.
Yeah, and I think Yankee fans need to just tone it down a little bit, right? Like, oh, the next Derek Jeter. As much as people like to say Derek Jeter is overrated, Derek Jeter's sixth all time in hits.
Yeah.
So that means that he's one of the greatest hitters of all time. On top of that, five gold gloves. There will never be another Derek Jeter. Like he's an anomaly. He's not like there will never be another Kobe. There'll be another LeBron. Like
Hmm.
their individual greatness cannot be duplicated. Like, so no, I don't need him to be Derek Jeter. I need him to bat 275. Like, like I
And
just
play defense.
and play defense. That's what shortstops have been for 100 years. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I need.
15 home runs, 275 with good defense, and they're one of the best shortstops in the league.
That's all I need, man. That's all I need. I wrote this. Do you have any baseball update? I'm assuming no, but if you want,
No, I mean I've actually been watching baseball more in the past like couple weeks than probably the whole summer. I think it's just because nothing else is really going on. So like I'll just throw the games on. The Mets have been playing better, of course, now that it's over. One interesting note, since opening day, there's with after Devin Williams got hurt, there's not one single pitcher in the Mets bullpen that was on their opening day roster that's still on the roster right now. It's pretty fascinating. It's like 11 spots on your roster getting completely flipped. Um,
that
and
is
then
almost hard to do.
I know it's honestly impressive. I know they trade away most of them, but still, like just the complete flip. And I guess I mean it makes sense. The team that's trying to tank a little bit. And then the only other thing, two other things. Lindor wants to stay. I think he said he wants to stay the remainder of his contract, win or lose with the Mets, which is, I guess, cool to have someone committed to the team. And then, of course, the first year that we've taken the season series from the Braves is in a forgotten season. It's been 9 years. We finally take the season series from them in the year that they're going to win like 100 games and we'll win like 70 games. So go figure. And that's my Mets update.
All right. Yeah. To me, nothing else matters in baseball. Baseball's such the opposite of football, where if the Yankees aren't on, I don't care. Where like football, I could care about everything. So,
Yep.
transition to the NBA. This is not going to be my worst take because it was kind of close. So, NBA schedule has been released. The Knicks are opening day versus 76ers. I had projected it to be Christmas Day, but honestly, Wemby and the Spurs back in Madison Square Garden Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
That's a good call. The only thing I would say about this is it's rare in your life when out of your four major sports, your team is the primetime game. Like, even when the Giants won their Super Bowls, they really weren't. So,
Mhm.
like, it's just cool. Like, the past couple years, it's been Kansas City, the Chiefs, you know what I mean? Or the Cowboys, or like in basketball, it's been LeBron, or it's been like right now, you can see just based upon the schedule, like, there's nothing bigger than the New York Knicks. And it's just cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited. And I get to watch. And I think it's the first time. Man, I think it might be the first time since 2017 that I'm excited for basketball, even though it just ended. What do you, I mean,
I was that's what I had written down for this one. Like I'm probably gonna tune in opening night, Christmas Day.
yeah,
I'll probably watch them, probably 20 more games than I watched last year, which was like just the playoffs. So
yeah,
just I don't know. I think it's good for the sport that the Knicks won, honestly, because it's getting more eyes on it. It's
yeah.
also weird though that the Knicks just won the championship and they decide to get LeBron's first game as a 76er as like the Knicks first game. Like I feel like that's
All
kind
about
of
that TV ratings.
I know the championship is going to get overlooked though because it's LeBron's making his debut. I don't know. It's
I don't know.
interesting. I
They
guess it's
put
both things.
I remember when the Mavs won, their first home game was the Heat, and the
Yeah,
Heat won
well,
by like 30.
that was the lockout season, right? They didn't play until like
Yeah,
Christmas or something.
close.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I don't care about that. I want to see LeBron and the Sixers, and I want them to play
yeah.
the
It
Knicks.
is cool
The
that that's the
Garden.
first game.
I'm just like, let's freaking go. And then, yeah, Christmas Day, the NFL's been dominating.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think it's at noon.
it's the first game on Christmas, which is perfect.
Hey, noon. Back, I think the first game of the NFL are Bears Packers. It's like, hey.
at 1 o'clock.
Get a 1 o'clock. I guarantee you in this household right here, YouTube TV it. Let's get both on. And in
Absolutely.
years past, we wouldn't have done that. So I'm
No,
excited.
The Knicks wouldn't have been on TV in years past.
They're usually on Christmas Day, but I wouldn't
No,
have cared.
yeah, but I mean, I feel like what was it like maybe 3 or 4 years ago they started putting football on Christmas.
Hmm.
Like before then, it was always the Knicks on Christmas, and then the past like 3 or 4 years, I think it was just football I'd watch.
Oh, I wouldn't watch any basketball.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like this, it started for me actually 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was like the Knicks, and then last year, so not this past season, the year before when we lost in Game 7 to the Pacers, I was watching like every game, and then this
hmm
past season, I was probably watched. I'm not want to declare myself a diehard here. I probably watched out of what is it, 82 games? I probably watched 30.
yeah,
Then all if you count the playoffs, another 20. This year, I mean, my God, I might watch like 50 games. And that's a good thing. People, you know what's wrong with people? People are like, oh, well, you only care because they're winning. It's like there's an entire and I'm not kidding here. There's an entire generation of Jets fans who only became Jets fans because of Joe Namath. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
people become fans through experiences and players. They don't become fans just being forced, unless, some people, but like, I became a basketball fan watching LeBron. Like, sometimes it's okay to have a player draw you in or a team draw you in, and then you're a fan of them. I know there's my buddy Alex Padron, his dad was from Cuba, never watched football a day in his life, and the 2002 Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. And there you will never meet a larger Buccaneers fan in your entire life. That team drew him in. So
yeah.
I think I mean, I don't know. I don't know why people get so angry that I wasn't watching the Knicks with Mulberry. Like, just, I don't.
Yeah, it's just gatekeeping. I feel like that happens with a lot of things. It's like I was a fan longer than you. I watched more games than you. It's just a
Okay.
common. That's a common thing among sports fans for whatever reason.
I remember when you were in high school, like what was like house music and like EDM became a big thing.
Avicii.
And if you like got into it too late, all of like the hardcore house music people hated you. And I was
Yeah,
like, I can't enjoy this because I listen to it now on the radio. It's too popular. Like, well,
yeah.
these people are, whatever.
It happens with everything. It's bullshit.
I know.
I found it first. I like it more. You
I feel
can't
like
like it.
I feel like if someone showed up to the ping pong tournament this upcoming year and was like, wow, this looks really, really cool, and I want to be a big fan and I want to participate. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here. You haven't been here since the basement. It's like, no, welcome. I'm glad
Yeah,
we met. I'm glad we brought more fans in. What? By the way, you see the brewery designs?
it's sick. I
That looks
liked it on
good.
Instagram. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
That looks really, really cool.
I
Uh,
think before one quick thing before we get into the divisions, any updates from Giants camp? Have you been
uh,
following along?
only like I only had like two thoughts on the Giants camp. One is I think sarcastically but seriously, the entire New York Giants team applauded Jackson Dart sliding.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
Um, and I think that's why it's sarcastic and it's serious at the same time is like, dude, if you just slide, you're gonna be, I don't want to, blow him up here, but let's say at least a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. Or if you don't slide, you're gonna be out 8 to 10 games.
Yeah,
Like it's just you have to slide. And the fact that you weren't is like kind of weird. Um, so that, and then this isn't really Giants camp, but I was watching Dexter highlights in Cincinnati, and I was like, damn, like it would have been cool if he was on this team with this defense. Like that would have
yeah.
been
It's
really dang
it was a tough time
because
to trade him with
because
the
Arvell Reese apparently is a man among boys, and
no
with him and last year's pick, and I don't know, like it would have been really cool to have him there, but we'll see if this offensive tackle um, pans out from Miami. Because if he does, then we have a right guard, right tackle for 10 years. Then it's worth it because Dexter was taking up up to 40 million on the cap, and that's like four different players. So in my brain, I was like, oh, I wish he was there. Um,
just to see what the defense could be like at full force with him too. Like
yeah, just
I get
an
it.
all pro defensive tackle, but I get it. We're a young team. That made sense.
Yep.
Anything with the Jets?
I think it's just been Gino has been kind of inconsistent, which is just his whole career. Like one day he'll look amazing, the next day he'll throw like three picks. A lot of fights with the Bucks. I have this as a take later, but I feel like the inner squad practices are just like a breeding ground for fighting. And then David Bailey, number two pick, apparently has been lighting it up. Been getting to the quarterback a lot. It's funny. I feel like it's gonna end up being like a who's better between Reese and Bailey, and maybe they're just both good. Like that'd be nice. We
I
could
think
probably
they
both use like a defensive stud.
I think they just play really different positions. I think Reese is
Yeah,
going to be more like in the flat linebacker. He could cover tight ends.
come off the edge
He
as
can
a
come
blitzer.
off the edge, and I think your guy's just a straight up D end,
Yeah,
who you could use in the three technique or a four, like because he's so big.
yeah,
So, but no, I don't feel that. I don't. Because it wasn't like it was back to back. Like yours guy went second, we went
yeah,
fifth. So I genuinely think the Giants were like. I think the Giants were like my dad would be right now if Jonathan Taylor fell to him. He'd be like, "Oh my, like yes, like great, I got
got
an all
got
pro,
it.
I got an all pro running back." So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know, I don't think there'll be that much unless like one just becomes an
yeah.
all, unless
That
Reese becomes like an all time player, and I'm like, well, remember the Jets passed up on him, but as long as they're like just remotely close, they'll be fine.
no.
Anything
I
else?
no. That's it. We could get into the divisions.
All right. NFC West.
NFC
Simple
West.
question for you before we really dive into it. Best division in football?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think
it's
that's pretty conclusive. I'd have them ahead of the NFC North slightly, which is the other division we're going to talk about. I have
yeah.
the AFC West as my third best. I think this is just the best one because I feel like if you told me that the Seahawks, Rams, or 49ers won the Super Bowl this year, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think you could say that there's any other division in football where if you told me three of the four teams won the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be
I
shocked.
wouldn't be shocked.
Well,
Like
yeah,
I would say, oh, that means the 49ers were healthy. But
yep.
besides that, yeah, they could win the Super
The
Bowl.
Seahawks repeated, and the Rams are I think
The
the
favorites.
title favorite right now. So
Yeah. Okay. So let's dive into the Rams. So I guess the question is I have for you, but it's just me and you, so it's not really like we have a lot of questions. I
yeah,
feel like this is the most hype a team has been since like the 2007 Patriots. They have last year's MVP, last year's Defensive Player of the Year that they added. They're getting Aaron Donald back. And what no one's really talking about is they also added an all-pro corner from Kansas City.
yeah,
They still have Kyren Williams, Devonte Adams.
Adams, yeah.
Why did I put Williams?
Kyren Williams maybe just
I don't know. Puka and Parkinson. They're loaded.
yeah,
Uh, so I
and
guess the
Higby
original
tight end too, and they got Blake Corum, the running back
Blake
also.
Corum as a backup, but slash the other guy.
Yep.
Like, I haven't seen a team that's loaded, dare I, ever.
I can't think of a time. Like I feel like maybe there was like one Eagles team where they signed a bunch of guys in free agency
Yeah,
that they got
well,
super hyped up and then they completely fell on their face. But yeah, I think this might be the probably the most at least in the past what 10 to 15 years, like easily.
I can't remember a team. That's what I was talking about, like early Patriots or '09 Colts. Um,
That's a good one. The
the
Colts,
Chargers in '06 when they had Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates and Daniel Tomlinson. Like,
yeah.
they had Seau. Like, this team
And they have the best probably the best coach in football too, which I think is
easily.
the part that wasn't even mentioned. Like they on paper, I think that they are the best. I do think there are some questions though too.
Okay.
Like I think Puka's had a weird offseason.
Puka's the
Um
key. Puka's the key.
he like went off the field and the coach didn't know why. I guess it was just the groin, but that was interesting. The coach was like, I don't know what happened to him. Like McVay's like, no clue. Stafford and Devonte are both aging. Like I think Devontae's 33, Stafford's like 38,
Yeah.
39. And then Garrett's already having knee soreness, which you don't want to see after you just traded, a bunch for him. So but yeah, I mean they're the favorite in the division. I think them and the Seahawks though do go pretty neck and neck, like just the Seahawks defense. But yeah, this is the most hype around the team. Like it's rare the Rams, I feel like they don't have a big fan base. They're getting talked about a lot in the media. So I don't know. We'll see. Should be good. There should be a good team.
I would say if I were to look at their schedule, and I'm not going to do like a total win-loss thing here, but I'm going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think at the very worst they go 12-5. I mean, that's like
And that's probably dropping a game to the 49ers, dropping one of the
I
Seahawks
did.
or
I
something.
I made them split the 49ers and I made them split the Seahawks
Yeah.
like automatically. So I just gave them automatically 2 losses and then I found 3 more. So like I don't know. I just think this team could lead the entire league in defense and offense. That all pro from Kansas City, like the fact that they just added him, and then the fact that they drafted that quarterback still confuses the hell out of me because why wouldn't you just
Yeah.
go get another defensive player if your entire team is in a win now mode, like beyond win now, right? You
Yeah.
gave everything away. You gave your first round draft pick to get the corner, you gave your other draft picks to get Myles Garrett. You extended Stafford, even though he's 38 years old. Devonte Adams and Puka are both taking time bombs for different reasons because one's old and one's a lunatic. So it why would you draft that quarterback? I mean, I don't want to repeat
It
what we
was
talked about
crazy.
already,
It
but
was I mean, even like they could have found another solution, even if they like, they don't have a first round pick next year, God forbid. Just draft a project late or try and get Baker Mayfield or try
yeah,
and get any other, Joe Burrow or something. Like, I don't know. It seemed like that was a short-sighted move. I honestly don't think McVay was happy about it at the time, but
no.
the guys on your team now, you can't roast them, I guess was probably the way he saw it. So
Yeah. So clear cut, we'll do the overall standings and rating later. But as for an entire NFL, I will phrase it like this until we get later. This is the team to watch. Like I would be besides my own team, beside maybe like individual players, like I'd be drawn to like Josh Allen, but like as a team, there will be no team I'd want to watch more just as a pure what is this team about to do? Because like this just it just looks awesome
yeah,
on paper. And they
yeah,
went to the NFC Championship game last year. So it's not even like they, you know what I mean? It's not like a, well, what could happen? Like, well, what the baseline is this championship game and then adding
yeah.
these players. If Aaron Donald comes back and is 60% of what he used to be, that's a that's a very good defensive tackle. If he's 80% of what he used to be, that's a Pro Bowl tackle.
He's probably the best tackle in the league if he's 80%.
If he's 80%, and if he's 100%, he's the greatest defensive player of all time. Like, what is everyone going to do? So, no, jacked up for the Rams.
I
I'm
feel
excited.
like I feel like in the NFL though, like these teams never win the championship.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope that honestly I like them. I hope they win. It probably won't be the Jets. It probably won't be the Bills. So I mean, I hope they win. But I don't know. It seems like this is always the story that's up to fail, especially when you get a hype train like they have.
All right. So the team probably getting the most disrespect in the entire NFL right now, the Seattle Seahawks. We're not talking about how they're going to win the division and they're going to win the Super Bowl and that they have a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Can they repeat? And slash, I'm going to ask my same question at the same time. Are the Seahawks the most non-talked about reigning champion of all time? I mean, I don't care about them whatsoever. I'm not watching Hard Knocks for the first time in my life. I really can't even name that many players. I can barely name the head coach or the coordinators. So let's answer that one first. Is this the most non-talked about Super Bowl reigning team ever in my entire life?
I feel like since they won, I haven't like thought about them at all. Like I was like, oh, Kenneth Walker left. That's a big deal, without even realizing that he just was like the Super Bowl MVP. I think the issue with them is that they don't have like a true superstar. Like Darnold's pretty good. I don't even. What's the guy? Leonard Williams is pretty good. They have some good.
JSN,
Yeah, Buda Ba or no, Buda Baker's on the Cardinals. They have a good I don't know, they have a decent secondary. Like they have a whole round, solid team all around, but they don't just have like that one true face. And they don't have any controversies either. They don't have Puka
none.
Nakua saying whatever he said.
Yeah.
And I think the media just doesn't care about teams like that. They're kind of like almost boring. Um,
But it's not a regional thing because the Legion of Boom, no one stopped talking about them.
yeah,
So it's
they
not
were
like,
like the face of the league at the time, though.
yeah, for years, even when they kind of were drifting off. Like,
Yeah,
it's not like OKC, we're like, oh, well, no one cares about Oklahoma. Like, no, no, no. Seattle can draw.
yeah,
I just don't care about this team at all. But, and then,
I
like,
agree.
even when they got their rings, like, even that I didn't care about. And, like, what they showed was Sam Darnold opening the ring and it dropped on the floor. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't see
The first thing, the first motion of them, someone opening the ring and you seeing it is Sam Darnold baffles it and drops it on the floor.
that.
And I'm just watching it like, is that what you wanted to highlight?
Yeah,
Sam
that's
Darnold
weird.
dropping the ring on the floor? And then they were
They could
like,
have redone it. Like,
and like, I don't know, like players in the past, like, I remember like when DeMarcus Ware got that Super Bowl ring with the Broncos, and it was like everything to him. He's crying and even the Bucks players when they just won, it was like Mike Evans was like, "Oh my, I can't believe that this is real." These
yeah,
Seattle guys were kind of like,
it's nice. Look at the ring. It's
"Hey,
nice.
hey, look at this. If I ever go into bankruptcy, I'll sell this like Plexico Burrs. Like this is great."
Yeah, that's
Just
it.
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway,
Yeah.
we both agree on that. Can they
It's
repeat?
it's bizarre.
It
Just
is
to go back to
bizarre.
that, it is bizarre. But yeah, can they repeat? I think their biggest loss outside, maybe even above Walker, is their OC leaving.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
Darnold was good under the Vikings too, so I mean, hopefully you don't expect him to take that big of a step back. But it seemed like he just had everyone. I don't know. He led them to the Super Bowl. They dominated pretty much their whole run there too.
yeah.
Uh,
Maybe
so
that.
I think that's the biggest loss. What's up?
No, I was saying maybe that also like the Super Bowl was so non-competitive
Yeah,
because the Patriots should have never been there.
yeah.
You know
That
what I mean?
definitely does play a part.
I'm going to insult the Yankees here, but when the Yankees just went to the World Series versus the Dodgers and how they got there was beating like the Guardians and the
Royals.
Royals. And
Yeah,
it was kind of like you guys really didn't. You have a good team. You have Judge and you have Soto and you have Cole, and you really don't deserve to be here. Like you didn't beat the Houston. You didn't beat Houston. You didn't beat the Rays. You didn't beat the Blue Jays. Like
the
you
Red
beat that.
Sox.
Yeah. You didn't go through it. There really was no journey. And now you're against a real team and they're going to beat the crap out of you. So
Yeah,
I don't know. The Patriots, they beat the freaking Houston Texans. CJ Stroud played the worst game of his life. Bo Nix got hurt. It's like, what are you Patriots doing here? You are like legit 2 years away from
yeah.
deserving to be here
And they had the easiest NFL, the easiest regular season schedule of all
uh,
time.
all time. It was like a joke.
Yeah,
Um, it's like Notre Dame schedule. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's it. I was watching just the first episode of Hard Knocks. The rookie running back Spears looks really good.
Price.
Price, sorry. I think he should maybe go in like at least the first 4 or 5 rounds of the draft if you
Yeah,
want to like reach, if you want to reach on a young rookie running back, especially if you go receiver heavy in your first 3 rounds and you need a running back, like maybe you go him. I'll never do that again.
that guy got hurt, right? The who's their backup that picked up the ball in the end zone for the 2 point conversion, like won them this season series against the Rams. What's the guy's name?
Shabado,
Oh,
Shuba.
Charbonnet.
Yeah. Well, they just
Yeah,
drafted a running back in the first round, and that's what
yeah.
I'm
Well,
worried about.
Charbonnet got hurt though. He tore his ACL at the end of the season. I think Price actually is gonna be a value pick in fantasy, but
Yeah. So do
um,
I. So do I.
is
I guess
he
for
how far is he gonna get in that draft?
our draft, second round.
Yeah,
Um,
Mikey Smith.
Pat Leone. Um, can they repeat? What's their, what can they win the division? Well, no, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about,
That's yeah, that's tough.
we'll talk
I
about
feel
that.
like they're just like I don't know. Like I could see them winning again. I think they got I mean, their schedule had to be grueling last season just playing all the teams they played. They made it to Super Bowl, they won. I would be shocked if they won again, honestly. Not saying that they're bad. I just think that the run that they would have to go on to do it twice is probably too much for, what the rest of the talent in the NFL almost. Is that I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but
Yeah,
they were dominant the whole season, so
I agree. So if I were a Seahawks fan, They also have to be at home. Like that's
Yeah.
huge, which is hard.
They won. They were first division last year, and they had home field the whole time.
All the time.
Yeah.
So when you're up going to Seattle, it's hard. I think they should expect to get back to the NFC Championship game, and I think that's their ceiling. And I'm still not a Sam Darnold fan, so I think in the Super Bowl, I think in the Super Bowl they were just telling him to just don't blow the game.
Yeah.
And I think if you were going against Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, yeah, I mean, God, even Jalen Hurts, right? Like, can't do that. You have to play offense, and not just hand the ball off to. There's a reason Kenneth Walker won the MVP because they were giving the ball like 30 times in the game. So
Yeah.
I think NFC
What
Championship game should be the goal, and I don't think they can repeat.
what would it take for Sam Darnold to gain your respect? How many Super Bowls does he have to win in a row? If he won three, would you be like, all
Uh,
right, maybe he's
there was a there's a the New York Giants. There was a New York Giants quarterback, Jeff Hostetler, who won. He was the backup to Phil Simms, and he won a Super Bowl. And there are also a lot of other quarterbacks who have won one Super Bowl, Brad Johnson and
Brent Dilfer?
Trent Dilford. And if you win two, that's not a mistake. And that's my whole argument with Eli. Like two Super Bowls is you're not a like Big Ben. Big Ben played horrible his first Super Bowl. Horrible. That he wasn't a freaking all-star core. He had the best team around him, and he played the Seahawks who weren't very good. You win two Super Bowls, yeah, you two.
Okay,
Because that means
I agree.
you're the common denominator between like a totally different group of players.
Yep, agree with you.
All right, the Cardinals, one of the most interesting teams in the league. I feel like they're the most non-talked about team in the entire league with the most offensive weapons. You
Yeah,
have McBride, Jeremiah Love, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson. I mean, you give those offensive weapons to any quarterback in the league, and he's going to be jumping like Christmas morning.
yeah. They have
Like
Algier and James Conner as backup running backs too.
that's a downfall. That's not a good thing. That's gonna hurt the Cardinals. Wherever Algiers, he's like a parasite. He's sucking the blood out of these franchises. That is not a positive thing. Maybe that's a thing to make them horrible. And
They needed
fantasy,
a tank master.
he's horrible.
Yeah,
Jeremiah Love is already off to a bad start. He gave his girlfriend a $300,000 car. So between that, his financial woes, and Algier, he'll be out of the league in about 3 years. Um, but yeah, so do the Cardinals look? Look, I won't even ask that. Just basically, what do you think of the Cardinals? Like, what do we care? Do they have a run? Did Carson Beck show something last week? Like, what?
yeah. We didn't even mention the. I barely watched the Hall of Fame game. I planned on it and I was like, eh. Um, Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They seem like they're gonna score like, 30 points a game. They're gonna let up 35 points a game or something like that. Like, or Jacoby Brissett's gonna throw 400 yards, but also take 6 sacks, two
Yeah.
interceptions, and a fumble. Like, it just seems like they're kind of destined for like a, 6-11 season, something like that, while
Yeah.
having the best offensive roster outside of quarterback in the league. Um, but yeah, that I mean, I actually did like a quick weapons ranking, and I had them at fourth. I think the Bengals are ahead of them.
Okay.
Number one, the Rams, the Lions, and then I'd have them
So third? No,
fourth.
got it.
Fourth, yeah, and then
Bengals,
the Eagles would
Rams.
be five, I think.
Okay. I mean, to have a fourth ranked weapons and us projecting them to potentially have a top 10 pick is
Yeah,
unbelievable. I mean, it almost goes to show you that this quarterback almost has a little too much power.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I don't
But
think they want to win though either. Like, I think they need a quarterback pretty badly, so it's kind of tough. You can't like lose on purpose, but it seems like all the pieces are there, and they just got to get the number one pick or the number two pick, and they're ready to go. Like,
I guess. Or
draft a
you,
couple defensive players. Hopefully they hit.
or you go get a quarterback like Sam Darnold or Kyler Murray. Well, Kyler Murray just left. So no,
Mm.
not Kyler Murray. We'll talk about him a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think the upside of this team is to be like 7-8 and still be, at the end of the football season, they'll be like in the hunt. That's the Cardinals. Like
Yeah.
they'll be in their best case scenario is having a losing record, but yet being in the hunt because they're in the NFC.
Yeah. On like Chris or like the week before Christmas, they're like still
Yeah,
on there, like it's like
yeah,
the very last team.
yeah. In the
Yeah.
hunt. They're 6-8 in the hunt.
Hanging around. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Cardinals for you.
I think
Uh,
so. Yeah.
49ers, I just had one thing. If the 49ers remain healthy, what's their ceiling? That's a big if. That's a
I
capital
know that
O.
was what I like. Are they getting almost too old and like too repeatedly injured to count on them ever being like fully healthy?
No. I mean,
Um,
yes.
right? I
I,
think their ceiling, if they stayed healthy, everything went perfect. Nobody got hurt. Mike Evans played 17, Kittle played 17, CMC played 17. 11 wins, maybe 12,
okay.
right? Like I feel like they're very good, but like I was looking at their roster. They don't have a wide receiver like that I think I could name after Evans and Debo. And they both are old men now, Debo. I mean, Debo's not that old, but they have like two slow running wide receivers as their one and two.
Yeah.
Um, McCaffrey just had a high touch season. He's already getting getting a little sore.
Yeah.
Like it seems like he can't play it back to back years and be healthy. So it seems like this would be the year that he'd possibly be injured.
My thing with the 49ers is they went to the Super Bowl, lost to Mahomes. Then they went to the NFC Championship game, lost to the Eagles. Then they went to another, I think, NFC Championship game, lost to the Rams. Then they went to another Super Bowl, lost to Mahomes. That was like 6 years ago. And
yeah,
it's the same core. Like it's still
it's
Trent
the same
Williams
people.
is left tackle and
Yeah.
George Kittle is the best blocking tight end. Like guys, you guys are
Bosa,
old. You guys are old. Like Bosa can't stay on the field.
Fred Warner.
Fred
It's the,
Warner,
it's
it's the
been the same
same
guys.
guys.
Yeah.
It's the same group. And it's like no one's doubting that. Like you get another thing, like when the Spurs were really good with Tim Duncan back in the day and Pop would load manage them, like you can do that in the NBA. You can't do that in the NFL. There's only 17 games.
No,
You can't take 3 weeks off because if you go 1-2 in this division, you might not make the playoffs.
no, absolutely.
So I'm not counting them out. Last year they got decimated. They still made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that coach could get any team to the playoffs
yeah.
if you give him enough time to implement a system. But yeah, I have well, we'll talk about the standings in a second, but I don't know. It seems like they're kind of, the Super Bowl loss the last time they were in it was like their
That was
peak
it.
almost. And now they lost the conference championship game 2 years ago, divisional last year.
Yeah.
They've been taking a yeah, they've been taking a dip.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain. So why don't we transition right into the overall standings and rankings?
Yep.
So I'll let you run with this because I'll probably agree with you. So just give
Okay.
me a win-loss on all the teams.
I have the Rams in first. I have them going 13-4. We talked about Super Bowl favorites. Number two, I have the Seahawks. And this is going to be very similar to last year. I think that they're going to go 13-4 as well, but we're going to have a reverse tiebreaker situation that we had this year, which plays big for both teams. Three, I have the 49ers at 9-8, missing the playoffs. Not a wild card team at 9-8. And then I have the Cardinals in fourth at 5-12.
Okay. Yeah. I could honestly see the Cardinals starting off like 3-2 and then losing like 10 in a row. And then the end of the year, them just throwing Carson Beck in for like 3 games, just be like, here you go, kid. What do you got?
He's
And
going
then,
to definitely end up playing this year.
yeah, he won the national championship last year. He didn't win and he's not good, but you might as well
See
throw
what
him
you
a
got.
bone. Before we transition to NFC North, it was something funny. I was watching an interview of this guy. I don't know what team he's on. He was on Bussin' with the Boys, and they were like, yeah, we make every rookie stand up and tell us the signing bonus and how much NAL he was making. And he was like, "Yeah, my name's this. Signing bonus 30,000 because he was a free like he wasn't drafted." He goes, and NAL last year, 700,000. And I guess everyone in the room was like, why did you declare for the draft? Like, why are you here? Why are you here if you had another year of eligibility? Like, are you insane?
Yeah.
So just modern NFL, like crazy.
It's crazy how much they get paid in college. Like, I mean, I don't know, even know who the guy you're talking about was, but like, imagine being like in Purdue, being like the starting, defensive end, and you're making
Yeah.
700 grand.
Yeah.
I would not leave. You have to drag me out of that place. The money in the NFL is not guaranteed for shit. So,
No, crazy. I would say for college, and then it's every year you're a free agent. Oh, you don't
no,
want to pay me anymore? Bye. And I'm
no,
going to go
someone
to
else
a,
will.
and every year in college, it's guaranteed.
No.
It's unbelievable. All right. The NFC North,
Yep.
probably in your rankings, the second best division of football.
I
Uh,
think so.
so I think I let it off with the Lions. Um, did the Lions have their run and is it over? They're kind of like the 49ers, where Campbell's first year they went 9-8. They beat the Packers the last season. Then they go to the NFC Championship game. Then they go, I think they went like 15-2.
And they
Uh,
lost to the Commanders.
they lost to the Commanders because they had 18 players out on defense, which is
Yeah.
unbelievable. And then last year they missed the playoffs. So, um, is their run over? What's the vibe? What's the vibe in the Lions world?
I hope for their fans and their coaching, their players, their core that it's not over for them. I still do think that Gibbs is in his prime, St. Brown's in his prime, Goff's getting up there, but I mean what is he, 29, 30? Actually, what is he, 31 maybe? I don't
Yeah.
know. He's like a middle-aged quarterback though, honestly. And I'm gonna say I don't think it is over for them.
Jared Goff's only 31 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a middle-aged quarterback, honestly. But yeah, I don't think it's over for them. Hutchinson's back. I think honestly, giving Gibbs the ball more instead of Montgomery is going to be important for them. Montgomery was kind of unproductive last year. They rebuilt the line around Sewell, and I think the biggest thing that they did was they built on defensive depth. I was reading like all the signings that they did, and I think they signed like eight backups
Good.
on defense, which you can't get enough defense if you're them apparently. I don't know. It's time for them to start biting off kneecaps again. I know that's Dan Campbell. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Dan, Dan Campbell's thing. I think they got to get back to that like lion mentality. Be badasses on the field. I think they'll do it. I have them. We'll talk about it later, but I think the season will go well for them.
All right. So it's crazy. We're kind of on the same exact page. I was thinking about this today when I was doing this outline. Am I the only one who remembers that they have potentially four first ballot Hall of Famers at different positions? St. Brown and Gibbs, Aiden Hutchinson, and Penei, how do I say that? Penei
Cool.
Sewell. They are Hall of Famers.
No,
They are not the 49ers. Those four players are in their prime, like right now. They are young. They are in their mid 20s. I later will talk about the standings. I think the Lions are going to dominate this year. I think it takes every team, including the Eagles when they lost their OC, takes them about a whole year to figure out a it's you're learning an entirely new offense. I think Ben Johnson leaving was a way bigger deal than people let on, not because of his personality, but it's an entire scheme. It's a new offense. Like I said last week, Baker's had four different offensive coordinators in 4 years. That's not normal. Um, man, I think they're going to give that ball to Gibbs. I think he might have 350 touches this year. And I
no,
think he might genuinely compete for the all-purpose scrimmage yards in NFL history.
he's good enough too.
Like
That's for
I
sure.
think I think he could have 2,000 yards rushing, and I think he could have 600 to 700 yards receiving, and I think he could have 20 to 25 touchdown passes. I'm saying this, and
I think
Patrick's studying. I don't know if he can hear me, but if I had the first overall pick in fantasy, this isn't even remotely close to me. I am going so hard on this guy Gibbs. I am all in. I think they're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
And having said that, I think the Lions right now are just not being talked about. I was watching a poll. Part of my take was talking about this, that Dan Campbell's on the potential hot seat. It's like, yeah, do you remember what the Lions were for 55 years before him? What? They hadn't won a playoff game in like 30 years. So,
He's on the hot seat if they go 5-12 this year, and then they start off the
yeah,
season 0-3 next year. That's when
yeah,
I would consider him on it.
I'm firing that man.
No,
So yeah, I'm hot, hot, hot on the Lions. And that's
I think they nailed the offseason. I think they're primed to get back to where they were, win the division, compete with the Rams and the Seahawks for the NFC.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, talking about a team that we no one talks about to the team that everyone seems to not shut up about, the Chicago Bears or potentially the Indiana Bears.
I saw that.
I don't know what we're going to call them eventually. That's a later
Yeah.
question. I mean, Bobby, are the Bears this good? Is Caleb Williams? Well, let me just ask you this, because then I'll talk about Caleb Williams. Are the Bears this good? Are they worth all of this conversation from every single TV show host? And it's just crazy to me.
They're my pick to regress the most this season. I think they're like a
Mhm.
first to third team.
Yes. Yeah.
Not I think they were really good in close games. I think they like had a crazy turnover differential. A lot of luck went their way, and I feel like, it could not flip, but odds are it flips. Like, that's just luck in the NFL.
Yeah.
Um, the hype is crazy though. I feel like they're the most talked about team, maybe besides the Rams
In the NFC, easily, maybe overall, maybe overall.
overall.
Yeah, maybe overall, if I really think about it. It's crazy. My question too was Caleb Williams, is he going to turn into, if you had to gamble on your life, CJ Stroud or Josh Allen? Um, Thinking he goes CJ Stroud. I think he's gonna. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think he has the arm, and I think the
Yeah.
Bears last year ran the ball with the best offensive line in football. I don't. I don't.
He's more athletic than CJ Stroud, which I think at least helps him. He's able to move around a little bit better. He has a bit better of an arm. But I do think he's propped up by the coaching. They have one of the best skill. I think they actually have an underrated skills position. They did get rid of DJ Moore. He wasn't great last season though. But I don't know. He just pisses me off when I watch him because I feel like he runs around a little too much and he holds the ball for too long. But
Yeah,
I mean, he's athletic as hell. He can throw the ball far.
he's got
Uh,
a cannon. I'm not saying he doesn't have a cannon, but
no,
I just wouldn't. I don't know. I think there's just a lot more quarterbacks that I would take in the NFL over him, and he's just being talked about like I'm sorry, but he had a good couple throws. He didn't have a good couple games.
no. I feel like what we're saying though is exactly probably what you would have said about Josh Allen after his second year when he did like the crazy shit against the Texans in the playoffs and all that stuff. So
Well,
that's
that's
awesome.
fine. I haven't. Could he be
Yeah,
Josh Allen? Like, could he be this person?
yeah.
Not Josh Allen physically, because Josh Allen's huge.
He's
Uh,
pretty. They're probably similar in size, right?
no way. Caleb Williams, height and weight. No way. Caleb Williams, well, he just lost 13 pounds. He's 6'1", 213. Josh
Josh
Allen,
Allen's like 6'4", 254.
6'5", 237.
Okay.
It's a whole
All
bit.
right.
That's a
That's a big difference. Yeah.
big difference. Um, and then my finally is it will be decided before season's end. If they move to Indiana, what is their name? Is
I
it?
think the announcement's tomorrow. They have a big announcement tomorrow, apparently.
Oh, they do. I love that.
No, I couldn't figure out what it was. Even like some like mayor of Indiana or no, governor of Indiana was like, I don't know what they're announcing. They're announcing something. Um, but yeah, apparently Indiana is also incentivizing a name change I saw, which is interesting. Like you can come here, we'll give you, the free land for free if you make yourself the Indiana Bears.
That
That would
just
be
doesn't.
embarrassing.
That really doesn't sound right.
That'd be embarrassing. I can't see it happening. That's all I'll say about it.
What would that even be compared to for our teams? I guess the New Jersey Giants,
Yeah, and the New Jersey Jets, yeah.
the Long Island Jets. I
That'd
don't
be
know,
I would love that. That'd be awesome.
the Long Island Jets, the Albany Giants. Well, I mean,
It's the New Jersey one's the
The
best.
New Jersey Giants is just
Yeah.
get out of here.
No.
Um,
Even though they both do play in New Jersey, they're New York. They like
like I
it's
always
12
say,
miles from the
the
city.
difference is like it's a river is the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
To call them the Indiana Bears, it's the Chicago. No, it would be disgusting if it's the Chicago Bears in Indiana, but
The Gary Bears. Gary's like the worst place in America, one of the worst
yeah,
places in
maybe you just
America.
don't even call it that. You just call it the Bears, not anything else, just the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. Um, all right, talking about still going on the NFC North, we got the Vikings. All right, I mean, this is an easy question. Do we see the Vikings? Well, actually, I'll switch it up. They named Kyler Murray the quarterback. What do they do with JJ?
9.
What do they do with nine?
9. I think he's done. I think they're gonna keep him on the roster for this season. I feel like there's some weird contractual obligation they have to keep him around. And then I think he's gonna go to the Chargers and be with his boy Harbaugh and back up Herbert after this season. It seems like that's the clearest route.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't want him to play at all. Kyler Murray will end up getting hurt or playing bad, and they'll have to put him in, and it'll be a whole controversy. But yeah, I think he's gone after this year regardless. So
Okay. Um, with Kyler Murray, we're sticking with Kyler Murray in the quarterback position. This is a fantasy question. Do the Vikings weapons have more valuable with Kyler Murray's quarterback? Like, would you go, oh, Kyler Murray's quarterback, let me take Justin Jefferson sooner?
like compared to last year's position, or like what?
Yeah, last year. I mean, listen, I took Justin Jefferson fifth overall. That was a disaster because their
Yeah,
quarterback, they couldn't get him the ball.
yeah.
Uh,
I
so
mean, they all have to do better than what they did last year. Like I was looking at it, they had Justin Jefferson had 1,048 yards and 2 touchdowns. Addison had 610 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Hawkinson had 438 yards and 3 touchdowns. They had 8 receiving touchdowns between their three top targets. Like they have to do better. It's almost impossible for them to do that bad again.
almost
Um,
impressive that Justin Jefferson got 1,000 yards.
yeah, and I don't know how he only caught 2 touchdowns. That's insane. The other thing, like I didn't realize they won 9 games last year and they finished in third.
Yeah.
Like I swore that they won like 6 games and were easily in last, but I guess I don't know. Their coach is good, so
Talk
but
about
yeah,
quarterback struggles. Justin Jefferson's numbers 1,400, 1,600, 1,800. And then that year 2023, they got rid of Kirk Cousins and I don't even know who the quarterback was before Sam Darnold, but he had 1,000. And then he had Sam Darnold 1,500. And then he had JJ 1,000. So it looks like his floor is 1,000, and that's with basically me or you throwing of the ball, uh, which is crazy.
no,
But yeah, no, because the Vikings are good. The Vikings went 14 and
3, yeah,
8 a
yeah,
year ago. They were unbelievable.
yeah.
They were one play or two away from being the one seed. So it's just literally like, so I guess Sam Darnold is kind of good. Like it's just crazy like this, and it's a very well coached team with
Yeah.
great weapons, with a great defense. Like any quarterback should be able to go in there and win 9 games. I mean,
9 did it. They had yeah. I feel like they have to. I mean, I feel like I don't see them improving though. That's the thing. Like they should win more than 9 games, but I don't think they are.
mm.
It's weird. It's a weird conundrum to be in. I don't know why. I don't know.
So you do okay. So the
They
question,
might be the hardest team to analyze in the league, honestly.
yeah. So if you were to, we'll do the standings later, but if you were to pick, are they going to be closer to 2024 when they won 14 games, or closer to 2025 where they won 9 games?
2025.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
yeah, like I don't know why. I can't even pinpoint a reason why. I just think they're
I
gonna
can
be.
pinpoint a reason why. It's the 4'7" circus freak
Yeah, but
running around like this.
he should be better than JJ McCarthy though.
I legitimately think there are like 50. Like obviously I can't say me or you. I think there are 15 quarterbacks playing in college right now that are better than JJ McCartney. The fact that this is later, I have this in my best pick, but the fact that you drafted him was so insane. They legitimately didn't throw the ball at Michigan. They
Yeah.
went an entire game versus Penn State. The entire second half, they didn't throw the ball one time.
No.
Like you can't draft someone like that. It's not like
I,
Virginia.
maybe as like a fifth round pick or something, a dart throw, but they took a first rounder on him. It was crazy.
And then it's like, well, Tim Tebow, da, 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 da. Well, Tim Tebow was a freaking Heisman. Okay, like he couldn't throw the ball either, but he was a Heisman quarterback.
He also
Two
kind of
times.
sucked in the NFL, but he just had he went on a miracle run.
I know. I'm just saying you can't draft quarterbacks who can't throw the ball.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Um, all right, so we're kind of agreeing on everything, which if this was first take, we'd be screwed. But if it was like
Yeah.
any other normal show, it's actually common sense. Okay, this might be the most confusing team in the entire NFL, the Packers. Last year, I felt like, and if you listen to Nick, the Packers were going to go on like a 16-1 domination. No one was beating the Packers. Injuries kind of hit him here or there. I guess, what do you think of the Packers and is Jordan Love good?
I feel like the thing with Jordan Love is like like he's good at running, he's good at throwing. He has some size, but he's not like great. Like he doesn't have an elite trait almost.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing with him, which makes it hard for his ceiling to be higher than like, the eighth best quarterback in the league. And I don't know if that's good enough. They're a weird team. Like I guess they're kind of similar to the Vikings, like you said. But yeah, I just feel like he's like a solid quarterback, but he doesn't have any wow factor, and I think that's kind of important in today's NFL with like Mahomes, Allen, even I mean Caleb, we should just shit on, but I feel like even he has like a bit of a wow factor. Like I don't know what Love,
Caleb Williams has a cannon.
yeah.
Like
Like
he
what's the
could
thing that Love does though that's like wow, this guy can do this. Like
sometimes he does like a flick,
yeah,
go like 20 yards, and but it's only when like the receiver has no one around him by like 20 yards. That's like a
yeah.
Matt LaFleur. Like even Matt LaFleur, I feel like he's like a poor man, Sean McVay, and he's like a poor man. Who's the 49ers head coach?
Shanahan.
Just like a he's like a he's like what's he's if there was a sandwich, he's like right in between McGenius, then him, and then the 49ers and then Rams. Like he's just like he's in that group of like young geniuses, but like just
Yeah.
not he doesn't have it, but they did just extend him.
If the Packers fired him, I mean, I'd take him to be the Jets coach any day of the week.
I know because he's one of the young geniuses in the
Yeah.
league, but
Yeah.
like at the same time, like is he really? I
He's
don't know.
still rung below Shanahan and McVay is what you're saying, but he's still one of them. He's just like
Yeah, he's one of them.
yeah.
Um, Here's a fantasy question. I know Josh Jacobs. So besides, let's say Josh Jacobs is one of them. Is there anyone else on the Packers offense that you would even draft for fantasy?
No, I hate drafting their wide receivers because they just spread it around so much.
Yeah.
Kraft might be the guy to draft though. Like it seemed like he was. I mean, before he got hurt, he was having an amazing season, and that you could probably get him at a discount with his injury history now. So that'd be the guy I would pick. Him, Jacobs, and then everyone else I'm staying the hell away from. Like maybe one of them is good. Maybe Watson has a big year, but he always gets hurt.
You're of the two pick. So if you, let's say hypothetically picked Bijan or Gibbs, and then it went and it went. So you're at the end of the second round. Would you pick Josh Jacobs? Or maybe on the turn in the third round? Like, do you see him at that much value?
I'm waiting for the shoe to drop with Josh Jacobs, honestly. I feel like he's been good for so long. Like, when's gonna be the time when he finally like goes
Yeah.
kaput? Because it happens to all of them. It's not like he's big like Derrick Henry or something. Like, and he gets hurt every single season, and he ends up still putting up 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. Like, when's the gonna be the year that he gets done in?
Sometimes in my mocks, he's like there in the late third, and I'm like, would I still pick Josh Jacobs? Like, why is he's one of those things where I just hope someone picks him early, and I'm like, whew, thank God I don't have to pick him.
I think I picked him in the first round last year.
Did you?
I think so. I think he was like the ninth pick or the 10th pick.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Um, Talking about injury, Parsons is not coming back till like week 10. Am I the only one that just thinks Josh Parsons is like not within the top five edge rushers in the NFL? Like, I don't think he makes that much of a difference. Like, I think
That's
Aiden
good.
Hutchinson, TJ Watt, Miles Garrett,
Yeah.
who's the guy in Houston? Will Anderson.
Will Anderson, yeah.
Like, I can just name. some
He's
dude.
probably the fifth best after that, though. Like, who else?
If I had it in front of me, oh, let me see. If I had it in front of me, um, I'd probably pick the guy who just went to the
I
Ravens.
was I was gonna say, what about Verse? Maybe
Maybe
Crosby.
Verse Crosby, I would take over him.
Yeah,
Um, Let me see. If we're talking, let's not even talk about D tackles because there are a few guys that take over him as well. Um, there is some young. Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
maybe both guys on the Texans. Honestly, Daniil Hunter is pretty damn good too. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be an off year for him. He seems like a guy who relies on his explosiveness, like his get off. And I just think it's gonna take him a little bit to get back to that. Like he got
Yeah.
injured in December. It's not
Yeah.
like he's even had a full year to recover yet.
He'll be back to full form, and then he'll still need like 4 weeks to get in shape.
Yeah, I think 2027 is like with the next time you expect him to have a breakout season like he's done in the past. Jerry made a good move, honestly, and then he paid Quinn Williams the same money he would have paid Michael Parsons anyway. But um, yeah, I don't know. I, I think he does matter to the Packers though. Like they don't have, I can't name another edge rusher on their team outside of him.
Oh, it definitely matters, and he's definitely a top 10 edge
Yeah,
rusher in the NFL, which is a really big deal. I don't know, man. I'm not really seeing his impact like Will Anderson.
yeah, it's
He's a
fair.
Will Anderson's a monster. Like TJ Watt, you can't even throw to his side of the field because he jumps up and creates like a complete barrier. Um, so I don't know. The Packers are just a very weird team to me that I feel like we just assumed Jordan Love was going to be like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, and it just wasn't. And how could you, how could you? Those are two of the top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
Looking at his stats, he did have a pretty good year.
No, he's a good player.
Yeah, 12 and a half sacks, 27 hits, 12 tackles for a loss, two forced fumbles. First team All Pro. That's surprising. Third in
That's
defensive
because
player of
they
the
do the
year.
stupid voting at the Pro Bowl like 3 weeks before the season ends.
No, that's All Pro though. That's
Hmm.
that's pretty good.
That is good. I mean, look, no, he's very good.
Yeah.
All right, let's do records and overall standings. Uh, you can let it rip, and I'll just see if I disagree with you.
All right, NFC North records and overall standing. I have the Lions at 13 and 4.
Whoa.
First place. This would actually, based on my other rankings, I think they would be the number one seed in the NFC. I think the big thing, worst to first, happens every year in the NFL. This would be my pick to do it. I mentioned that earlier, but I feel like when you're doing your predictions for the NFL, you have to have at least one team do it. And I'm sure this will be everyone's slam dunk team, but um, I have them at one. I have the Packers at 11 and 6, still making the wild card. We talked about LaFleur. It seems like it's very hard for his team to have a bad season. Even with Love being, the top, the 10th best quarterback, Parsons out, it seems like they're going to be a wild card team. I have the Bears going 10 and 7, sneaking in over the 49ers as probably the last wild card. I really wanted to put them out, but I don't know. I can't see any teams in the North, or I'm sorry, the East or the South missing
Yeah.
or making it over them. And then I have the Vikings at 7 and 10. Still a pretty good season, honestly, all things considered, but obviously not a playoff team.
Yeah, I have a disagreement. But what we don't disagree on are the Lions. I think the Lions are going to dominate this year. And I have them. I think when we do later on, we're going to have an entire prediction of like the season and then the playoffs and whatnot. I will agree with you. And I think the Lions are going to be the number one seed in NFC. I think they're coming for vengeance. I think they're going to use Gibbs. I think this guy Aiden Hutchinson. You remember last year he was coming off like a major broken leg. I think he might win. I think this team, unless the Rams just go ballistic, I think this team has potential to have the defensive player of the year and offensive player in the year on the same team. And when you have that, you can win some football games. They just have to be smart with it and just use their players. Just don't give it to Montgomery. Like Gibbs is averaging 7.6 yards per carry. Give him the ball.
Yeah.
The difference I have right now is just the Packers and the Bears. I would just have the Bears Better than the Packers. I know we shit on them, but even with shitting on them, I just don't know the Packers' identity. The Packers, I feel like, are just like the 49ers, where, you can almost lock them into be respectable, well coached. They're actually run first. Um, it's hard to play in Green Bay. Uh,
Yeah.
but I do think the Bears are going to, I would just flip it like a game. Like I would just have the Bears ahead of the Packers. I
You just
like
have the Bears 11-6, the Packers 10 and
Yeah.
7 instead of
Yeah.
ahead, which is
Yeah, basically. I just like Ben Johnson so much more than LaFleur. Just so much more. So much
so
more.
much more. They hate each. Wait, they're the ones who hate each other, right?
I think
Is
so.
that they're the ones who have beef? Yeah, I think there's a few of them. It seems
Yeah.
like Ben Johnson just likes to have beef with people to hype his team up.
Yeah. And then the Vikings, I would say that the only note I would have, I believe in 7 and 10. The only thing I'll say about the Vikings is Kevin O'Connell better. You taking Gibbs or Robinson? Pick his end. All right. What I would say about the Vikings is Kevin O'Connell will get dangerously close to what was that guy who was on the Browns, who now is on the
Stefanski.
Falcons? Savansky, where Savansky won Coach of the Year twice, and he went to the playoffs with Joe Flacco. Like, there's only so much a great coach can do before you lose the fan base, lose the locker room, because you just don't have a quarterback. So I think they go 7 and 10. I agree with you. Maybe honestly, if Kyler Murray gets hurt, maybe they like. I think the low would be 6 and 11. The high would be 8 and 9. I can't see anything more than that because they don't have a quarterback. They don't, and they don't really have a running game to speak of that will dominate for the running back.
Aaron Jones gets hurt every season now.
Yeah, I mean,
They're relying on way too heavily.
yep. All right, so that's the NFC North. That's the NFC West. We got worst, best, and last minute shout outs, and we'll be good to go. You want to go first or me?
I'll go first. So, worst take of the week. Been following along the Jets practicing. I already touched on this a little bit, following on them practicing with the Bucks. I was kind of looking forward to the coverage. One thing, they don't post any highlights, or like they'll post like one or two highlights from the whole practice, which is annoying, bothers me. And then it becomes a fight fest, and just the fans being like, "Your rookie sucks, your tackle sucks," whatever it is. And I was hyped up for it. Not worth it. Preseason sucks. I hate the preseasons. I'll keep reading along with what's going on with the practices, but don't know why I was excited for it. Dumb of me.
Yeah, that happens to me every year. My worst take is going back way back in time. We're going back 15 years ago, maybe even a little longer. I really miscalculated Russell Westbrook's career. Russell Westbrook officially retired today.
Did he?
Yes.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. That's why
Huh.
he's my worst take. So quick things about Russell Westbrook in case you guys are a little young. Russell Westbrook from like 2009 to 2000 and probably like 13 was an absolute freaking monster. He was just the most athletic guard that I've ever seen. He was ferocious. He played all 82 games with just a demeanor that was similar to Kobe Bryant. Kevin Garnett, just
Average a triple double, right?
not just average a triple double, he will go down as the leading triple doubles person in NBA history. Second place all time is Jokic, which I didn't know.
Hmm.
And then third is Oscar Robinson. How good is this guy Jokic? So Russell, I just thought my worst take is I just thought Russell Westbrook was going to win a lot of championships. I remember when the Heat beat Durant and Westbrook and Harden in that finals, I was like, thank God, because I thought this Thunder team was going to win like five in a row. And I was like, at least LeBron got one. Like that was honestly my thought. Kind of like the Knicks this past season, where I'm like, okay, thank God, because the Spurs and Thunder are coming.
Nah,
Um, so I guess that would be like in my brain right now, Victor Wembanyama just like never won. And I was like, oh shit, I thought he was going to win like 5 or 6 championships.
that'd
And
be
I know,
shocking.
yeah, and I know Victor Wembanyama is better than Russell Westbrook, but like if you remember Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook all on the same team, if you were to tell me back then that they were never winning a championship, I'd be like, oh, I'm wrong. So
Two of the three of them never won, and one of them only won because he went to a team that went 73-9 the year before.
I'd rather have Russell Westbrook's career than Durant. Durant will just be viewed as the biggest effing wussy of all time. So
Yeah.
that's my worst take. Best take, Bob?
So I don't have like an actual best take, but I wanted to give some gambling picks on the two divisions we covered. So I have for the NFC West, I like Jeremiah Love to score 6+ rushing touchdowns, and Mike Evans to score 6+ receiving touchdowns. Plus 180 odds, so $20 bet will win you about 36. And then for my NFC North pick, I have Caleb Williams over 300, 3,500 passing yards, we'll call it. Justin Jefferson over 1150 receiving yards, and that's 250 plus 252. So $15 would get you 38. Those are the two bets I placed today. I figured I'd start throwing some bets in now that the season's coming.
I was not going to be able to type all of that, but send me those pics or screenshots or write it in, and that'll be great.
Yep.
Love
I'll drop them in the other sheet.
it. Okay. My best take of the week goes back about 2 years ago. It is a 2024 NFL draft. Um, Michael Penix Jr. and JJ McCartney getting drafted in the first round was insanity. Um, they had just, I mean, every aspect of it was insanity. How dare you draft Michael Penix Jr. and JJ McCartney in the first round? I don't even understand the thought process. And I believe Tua is starting the first preseason game. Kyle Murray is officially starting the um, season that's been announced. So you're looking at two first round draft picks from only 2 years ago, potentially never starting in the NFL ever again. Now, this league, you're always going to have another opportunity if you work hard and you're a good teammate. But
Yep.
that's also a sign of bad franchises. You're going to draft a guy like Michael Penix and JJ who clearly need a lot of development, and you have literally given up on them in a year and a half. Like, kind of crazy that these guys are not your starters. Just an absolute terrible franchise, and I was right. I mean, just unbelievable how bad those draft picks were. And I was watching it. I was like, that makes the only worst draft picks in my life was when the Bills took EJ Manuel out of FSU, and I was like, EJ Manuel. It's just sometimes there's a pick that's just so bad you don't need to be an NFL GM to like what was going on in that.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson coming out of BYU was not even as bad, I think, as JJ McCartney
Yeah.
and
Okay.
EJ Manuel because once again, you have to sit him for like 2 years to get him ready. That's what the Packers did.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes sat an entire year behind Alex Smith. Like these bad franchises, well, it's bad owners. These bad owners fire coaches so fast that coaches feel like they have so much pressure to play these people that these coaches who actually have job security, they can actually develop people. Like the Steelers with Tomlin did such a great job with their receivers and all these people because they could develop players. In bad franchise because of bad owners, they end up just you'll be fired soon. You're on the hot seat. You're on the hot seat. It's like, what are you talking about? We have to develop these players. They're not ready for the NFL. It's an entirely different game. Just like Arch Manning went to Texas, he wasn't ready his first 2 years. And then last year he had made strides, and now this year he'll be ready. That's 4 years.
Yeah.
That's how human beings are. And NFL teams just don't do that. And it's a shame to the players, but at the same time, I knew those players weren't working. So yeah, that was a fact. All right. Last thing, last minute segment. Shout outs.
Yep. Last minute shout out to a busy weekend ahead. So I have a beach volleyball game Friday night, ton of errands to run Saturday morning, another beach volleyball tournament Sunday or Saturday night, golf early on Sunday, and then we're going to the county fair on Sunday night. But, it's nice. You got to make the most of this summer weather while you have it. The cold is coming, football is coming, the weekend sitting inside in front of a TV are coming. So I'm excited to have a nice weekend outside doing things.
So it's actually the complete opposite for me. I can't. It's so hot here still. that we really can't do anything. Like you can't go to the beach because the sand's too hot. You can't like walk to like today I got home at work at 5:30 and Leo wanted to go out and I'm like, yeah, we can't
Nah.
because you'll have heat exhaustion. Like we have to wait till 7:30, 8 p.m. So like I went to the park, I got home at like 8:50, like 8ish, like so it's so hot. I'm actually waiting for it to change so that I can go outside. I got invited to like go to happy hour, and I was like, "Is the bar inside?" Because the week before, I got invited to a happy hour, and the bar was outside, and I was like ripping sweat. I'm like, "What am I doing out here? This is crazy." So yeah, we're
Is there
looking.
AC is the first question you got to ask.
Are we sitting? Well, every you have to have AC. If you don't
Yeah,
have AC in Florida, you won't make money.
that's
Like,
true.
just I'll be sitting inside, or I'm not going. And people are like, "Oh, you're so miserable." I'm like, "I'm no, I'm what? That's crazy." My last minute shout out is my job, Tampa Catholic, is officially getting the turf field this Friday. Monday will be the first practice, but Friday will be the first time it's going to be officially open. It's beautiful. I'm excited. I don't have to paint it anymore. For all the alumni, it is something that's to marvel at. And as an AD, I'm just super, super excited. So,
What are you doing with the painting machine?